I started this journey. I've been an LPN since 2006. I've worked in many aspects of nursing, management, as a float nurse, in the ER, in med-surg, in hospitals, nursing homes, ALF, and private duty. And it's been a privilege to be a caregiver. At a very young age, I knew that that was my calling, that there was nothing else in the world that I could be content with, that I desired anything else in the world to do, but to care for anyone. That is my destiny, that's who I'm designed to be, and that's where I feel the most comfortable. I started inquiring about school because as an LPN, I felt very limited. I felt like I didn't have a voice. I felt that no matter what position or how many positions I held, that I just could not make a difference. And that really paused me to think, there's got to be something more than this. You have to do something more than this. You're destined to do something more than this. And so I started looking and inquiring and questioning, what do I need to do? Where do I need to go? And everything happens in due season, in due time. I truly believe that. I was working at the Home Association, which is one of our facilities that Jersey College goes to for clinicals. And while working there as an MDS coordinator, I ran into Ms. Mendoza. She's one of our clinical instructors. And she used to come to our facility and come to my office and say, "You're so pleasant. You just love what you do, I can tell. And I'm going to post some of my students here with you. You just talk to them about what you do and kind of give them an explanation and let them shadow you." And I always, without a shadow of a doubt, said yes, because as a student myself, I knew how important it was to get a feel for firsthand the experience of walking into nursing, because nursing is more than just a job. If you don't have a heart and a desire to do nursing, it's just not the place to be. We hold some of the most precious cargo, and that's the life of a human being. Not just living human beings, we're walking in able body, we're in good health, but people who need us, people who depend on us, people who trust us, and people who desire to be loved, to be cared for, and to be respected. And that is what I take the most pride in. So after talking to her and after having the students shadow me, I started asking her about the program, and she said, "You would love it. You would fit so perfectly, and you would really thrive at Jersey College. You should look into it." Well, I pondered about it, thought about it, and I had gotten to a place with my job that I was very frustrated. It just wasn't working. I felt very overwhelmed, and I just felt that I wasn't being appreciated. So one day, I had given my 2 weeks notice, without pause, without thought of, I had no job, no new prospects of a job. I didn't even apply for a job. I just knew that I had to act on faith. I had to make a decision, me and God, sit down in our own private place and have a conversation. And I told him, it's an amazing experience, because I've never done anything like that before. As a single parent, I couldn't afford not to have a job. I couldn't afford to make reckless decisions like that. But I knew when I made the decision to give my notice that whatever I did from that moment on, that it was going to be purposeful and that I was going to accomplish something great. So I came home, I told my daughter, "Listen, I'm going back to school, and it's going to be really tough for us. There are going to be days that we're going to be eating a lot of ramen noodles. And it might just be some boiled water, some grits. But I'm going to need you to have faith with me. We're going to pray about it, and we're going to see what God says about it." So I laid in my bed after giving that notice. I came home, and I was completely in fear because I didn't know what tomorrow held. And I came home and I prayed, and after my prayer, every anxiety, every fear I had went away. Instantly, it went away. I never experienced anything like that before, ever in my entire life. Because with everything that I've done, I've planned. I'm gonna do this, and in 5 years we're gonna do this. But that was the first time that I really said, I'm gonna act on faith. So the next day I woke up and I came to Jersey College and I met our receptionist. How can I forget her name? Crystal. I said, hi, my name is Jessie. I'm here to fill out an application. I'd like to be part of the transition program. She said, sure, absolutely. She was so inviting. I just knew I was in the right place. Filled out my application. I met immediately with one of the coordinators or counselors, and she set me on my path. I had to write an essay about why I wanted to be a nurse and what motivated me to come to Jersey College. And at the time, I had no idea why I chose Jersey College. I had no idea why I chose it. I just knew that when I got there and I was greeted by Crystal, that I was in the right place at the right time. So my journey continued. I became a student with a lot of trepidation. I, for many years, have battled with anxiety, self-doubt. I just never thought that I could take it to the next step. And through my mentorship with Mrs. Franklin, oh my God. I'm sorry. Her open door policy. I can come to Ms. Franklin at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. She's carrying her purse to go home. And she will put it down and say, come in. What can I do to help you? What is it that you need? Some days I just needed someone to say that you can do this. When I couldn't pay my bills, I would sit in her office and tell her I'm 3 months behind in my rent, and I'm sure they're gonna kick me out. But they never did. They never did. I never starved. I never needed for anything. I prayed about everything, and it was just like everything was just designed, and everything fell into place. Everything. Every exam that I had to take, oh my God, it was just like my anxiety would bubble over. And Ms. Franklin would come into our room right before we had our proctored exam, and she would sit next to me and hold my hands and pray with me. My experience at Jersey College has changed the trajectory of my life. I find purpose today. I'm standing tall, and as a mother of a child that I'm raising, to see good in everything she does, to do it in perfection, never settle for less. It was more than words for me. I needed to be her example, and I couldn't do it where I was. So I had to go get my education for her, because I didn't want her to make the same mistakes. I didn't want her to lack for anything else from that moment on. When I sat into my NCLEX exam and it stopped at 75, I thought for sure, I don't think I made it, but I know that I gave my best. And when I came home and I looked up to see if I had passed and it said pass, I screamed throughout my entire house, hallelujah, because I know that it was nothing but the great big shoulders of the instructors and the councils at Jersey College, my faith and my ever persistence in getting this degree that brought me through. I don't take it for granted that Jersey College provided me the resources that I needed to reach my best. That I encountered Miss Ann, who said, I can look at you and tell you that you're going to make it. She didn't even know me. I had never met her, but she knew me by name. I had never been into a facility. I've gone to many colleges. I've had many classes where I was 4077. But I've never been in an institution who coddled me, who cared for me, who it was more than just about my education, but my well-being, my relationship with them. I'll never forget it. And everything that I need to do as a student to show my gratitude, I'm more than able, I'm more than happy to do. Me coming here today was a small token to say thank you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your prayers. Thank you for believing in me. And thank you for allowing me a place that I can go and get my education so that I can be a better person to my daughter. I can't say in words how grateful I am. But my forever service to you guys and to Jersey College, to let people know how wonderful this institution is my desire. So thank you so much for listening, and I hope that my story will make a difference. I hope that if there is a student prospect, or if there's a student that's current that needs some assistance, mentorship, or just someone to say, you're in the right place, you can give them my personal number, and I will let them know my story. I will. Thank you so much for listening to me.